peoples? What's up? What's up? About to get it in. We got a very interesting um, topic today. What's up? About to get it in. Very interesting. Let me just get the tags in. How y'all doing? Put the topic in. It's crazy, man. First of all, the Spree Speaks has had a lot of positive feedback from the show. We've had a lot of people who will want to be on the show. I had a lot of people inbox me, call, and text, and want to have some part in the show, which is great. The whole purpose of having the show is to have people influence it, and being able to influence other people. We're still working with getting familiar with all of our equipment. We got a lot of equipment, man. We're still working on trying to figure it all out, how it all works and things like that. So kind of be patient with us. The channel is doing, man. I think I'm up to 50 subscribers, maybe around 50. The goal is to have 100 by the end of the month. That's the goal. Something simple. Just to have 100 subscribers by month's end. And so that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm working on that and trying to get that done. There's a couple topics, you know, people been chiming in and trying to get some time in, and so I did say that I was going to invite some people on the show. I have a lot. My son introduced me to an app where I'm able to. People don't have to come and see me personally. I can invite you via satellite to the show, and so we're gonna definitely try and get that done. Just trying to make sure I got all these tags and stuff done before I get off into the show. Man, everybody's chimed in on the Cat Williams, Shannon Sharp episode. I ain't surprised. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm not surprised. Cat Williams is that dude. He's always been that dude. And Shannon Sharp is the kind of cat that gives you the freedom to be able to say what you want. And so, some of the information that we got from if you ain't seen it, go check it out. That's all I can tell you. You ain't seen that Cat Williams podcast with Shannon Sharp. It's explosive. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody's off limits, man. He kind of exposed pretty much everything and everybody in the business. And so get off into this podcast right quick before we have our guests on. Listen, the topic. Let me put that in real quick. One is real friends versus fake friends. That's our topic today. Real friends versus fake friends. Obviously, friendship is something that people view differently. Some people think, if I know you, we friends. Some people think, we friends over a long period of time. But the fact of the matter is, friendship is something you can't have just based on time. It's got to be a lot of experiences, a lot of trust, a lot of disagreements, arguments, a lot of ups and downs, and all that stuff go into what a real friendship is. I can tell you, in 48 years of living, I ain't had a whole lot of real friends. You know what I'm saying? I've had people that I know or I associate with, but real friends, I ain't really had a lot of those. it's crazy because my mom has like the same friends since high school. She got like the same circle of 5 or 6 friends since high school. You know what I mean? Like they've been friends forever, ever, ever. And so we talk about real friends and fake friends. The difference is huge because sometimes you know what I mean. Like it's hard now because now friendship has changed. Like nobody's the same now with friendship. Friendship is so different now, man, than what it was when I was coming up. It's completely different. Now you know somebody, you be knowing them 2 or 3 months, you friends. How? You ain't been knowing them long enough to be friends. You know what I'm saying? But it's really weird that people use that word friendship so loosely. Like you ain't experienced nothing, you ain't been through nothing with this person. You can't give this person uh, pertinent information about you. You know what I mean? Because guess what? The minute y'all fall out, that pertinent information is gonna be shared to somebody else. Friends don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really know the definition of the word friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like a real friend is not gonna worry about telling you you need to brush your teeth. You know what I mean? Like don't wear that. A real friend is gonna be able to tell you the truth. Like, hey man, go gargle or something. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? But a fake friend is gonna go along whatever you say. They're gonna probably co-sign all the BS and all the dramas. Gonna let you get into all type of problems, trouble, wrecks, the whole nine. So you gotta be able to, to tell the difference between who's real and who's not. You know what I'm saying? Real friends, if a person that you say is a friend can't tell you the truth, that's not a friend. That's the first sign. If somebody tells you the truth and you supposed to be friends and they tell you the truth and you take it the wrong way or you get offended by it, they ain't your friend. That's the first sign. Y'all ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? Um, you should be able to have a falling out with a real friend. You should be able to have a disagreement with a real friend. I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna read the comment. One of my partners told me I need to start reading the comments and interacting. So I'm reading the comments today. So you guys are gonna be in the pod with me today because I'm gonna read the comments, and if you got questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them as we go along. First off, I appreciate all the viewers, man. Ivory, Christopher, hey girl, I see you. I see you. What's up, cuz? I see you. Dale, my man Dale. How you been, man? It's been a minute since we talked. Marlo, what's up, man? Um, a real friend isn't going to be mad at you for telling the truth or calling them out on that. Hey, that's friendship. That's the first sign of friendship. If you can't fall out as friends and then be all right with it, you're not really friends. You're not really friends. You know what I'm saying? You ought to be able to have a disagreement. You ought to be able to, not be on the same page sometimes and still be able to be friends. The minute y'all have a disagreement, that friend is telling all your business. That ain't no friend. That ain't no friend. That's an associate. That's somebody just want to be in your company. That's not a real friend. You know what I'm saying? A real friend is not going to allow you to get into a rut or into some trouble, and they're in a position to do something about it, and they don't. That's not a real friend. That's an associate. That's a fake friend, right? It's funny because I always people when something bad happens, hush. Excuse my dogs. When something bad happens, right? You lose a job, or car breakdown, or you lose a loved one. The first thing that people say to you is what? What's the first thing somebody says to you in the event something happens, unexpected happens, right? The first thing you hear is, hey man, if you need anything, let me know. I got you. You need something, let me know. I got you. Don't hesitate to call me. I got you. But I'm here to tell you right now. I'm here to tell y'all right now on my pod, The Spree Speaks. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Because here's the deal. Though they say that to you, they really hoping you don't call. Somebody missed that. I'm going to repeat that. Though they tell you, if you need anything, I'm here, they hoping you never need anything. They hoping that in the back, they hoping, man, don't call me. Don't call me. If you don't believe what I'm saying, try it one time. Then you're going to find out who's real and who's not real. You're going to find out where your real, genuine friends lie. I'm telling you, I've been there, done it. I'm telling you. You're going to find out who's legitimately your friend and who's really not a friend. Because here's the deal. Let's be clear. Hold on, let me get this. I'm in this truck, but I'll come in when I can. My man, what's up, man? Be careful, man. Be careful driving that big old truck, man. Listen. Sometimes, what I say sounds so much better than what I actually do. Right? My brother used to have a saying many years ago. He said, a lot of people got something slick to say, but don't have nothing slick to do. So be mindful of what you hear. Right? Because just because you hear it, don't make it a fact. Don't make it a fact. So here's the point I'm getting at. Here's the point I'm getting. Nobody wants to be in a situation where they need somebody. Let's be clear. Nobody wants to be in a situation where stuff is tough, things are going bad, and you got to pick up a phone and say, hey, man, I need you. Nobody wants to be in that situation. But the reality is, it happens. It's going to happen. So when you start talking about friendship, real, fake, you got to really start looking deep into what that is. If you can't pick up a phone, listen, a real friend, and I'm telling you now, a real friend will give you their absolute last. Ask me how I know. Because it's happened to me. I'm telling you, real friend, man, let me tell you something. If a person is truly in your corner, see, but now understand something. Character defines friendship. So let me backtrack real quick, because I said something earlier that I kind of spoke too soon when I said you can meet somebody in a couple months and that's too soon. That ain't necessarily true. So let me backtrack and go back and fix and clean that up real quick. That ain't necessarily true, because the friendship got to start somewhere. So in that 2 or 3 month span, 4 or 5 month span, you're building into something that's a friendship, right? In the process of you building into that friend, what's up, my man? In the process of you building into that friendship, things have to happen for you to see in that person, this is somebody that can be may possibly be a friend, right? So now, before I go too far, just because somebody tells you no, that doesn't mean they're not your friend, right? Just because somebody says no, that don't mean they ain't your friend. So let's make sure we on the we in the same, in the same mind frame. So here's the deal. If I'm your friend, not fake friend, not associate, none of that. If I'm your friend, we talking, we communicating. We're in constant communication and contact one another. We know about one another's situation, lives, families, this and so. Can we all agree? Yeah? Okay. So, having said that, if I'm going through something, who am I going to tell it to? Your friend. 9 times out of 10, if you're dealing with something that you don't want your family to know about, you take it to a friend. You have a conversation with a friend. And a friend, not an associate, a friend says, I'm with you, friend. I'm with you. We're going to figure it out. We're going to come up with a solution together because that's what friendship is. That we ain't talking about nobody you know, an associate you kicking it with or you hanging out with. We ain't talking about that. We talking about a friend. When you go to a real friend and you say, look, man, this is what's going on. I don't know what I'm going to do. A real friend is not going to ridicule you for coming to them with your problems. A real friend is going to say, let's come up with a solution. Let's figure out what the next step is. Let's try to come up with a plan on how we can make this situation better for you. Right? That's a real friend. You understand what I'm saying? A real friend is somebody who knows, hey man, you struggling. They pick up the phone and say, yo, you good? I ain't got much, but what you need? That's a real friend. We ain't talking about associates. We ain't talking about somebody you know. We talking about a real friend. We talking about you being comfortable enough to pick up a phone and call your friend and say, hey, listen, I need some help. I need some help. I don't know what to do. Right? Not you saying, well, I ain't gonna call her because I don't wanna bother her or I don't wanna worry him with these problems. That's what friendship is. That's the definition of friendship. Friendship is you being able to come to me if you need me. Right? Because let's be clear. A real, solid, true, genuine friendship is a relationship that's going to help you more so than a family one. That went over somebody's head right there. I'm going to drink to that. Somebody missed that. Somebody missed that. A real, solid, genuine friendship. Friendship is going to help you probably more than a family relationship will. Because guess what? Family will abandon you quick. Family will turn their back. Family will kick you out. Family will say you ain't shit. All that. Right? But a real, we ain't talking about no associate. We ain't talking about nobody that you just hanging around. A real, genuine friend will take you in. Yeah. A real, genuine friend will say, don't worry about that, friend. Don't worry about that, homie. We gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. Man, I got a guest bedroom over here, man. I talk to my wife and see if you can stay a couple days, or I get you a room or something. A real friend. We ain't talking about somebody you just met. We talking about a real friend. But here's another way where you can find out if you have a real friend. See, listen, the worst thing that ever could have happened in life was to allow a person who has experienced so much as I have a free platform. Man, look at here. Couldn't nothing better happen to a better person. Let me tell you something. When you have a real friend, you can go to a real friend when you mess up. You can go to a real friend when you wrong in two left shoes, and a real friend will say, you my boy, but you out of line, man. And you can accept that. You can accept that. Because a real friend is supposed to tell you, man, I want to be on your side, but you wrong this time, partner. Like nah, I can't roll with you this time. That's a real friend. That ain't somebody that's just around you for the show. That ain't somebody that's just around you for somebody else to see you hang out with. No, that's a real friend. Real friends you don't take advantage of. Real friends you don't use. Real friends you don't lie on and backstab. You understand what I'm saying? You don't do that to real friends. You do that to associates. You do that to people you don't care nothing about. You don't do it to real friends. Because guess what? A real friendship is harder to find than a winning lottery ticket. It's so much hatred and negative backstabbing and he said, she said, and I don't like you, I don't like you. You got to have real friends in your corner. Watch this. Watch this. Have you ever been, we'll say you and your, we ain't gonna say your real friend, because a real friend ain't gonna do this. We're gonna say you and your associates are hanging out. right? And somebody walks in and you don't like them. You don't like them. Oh yeah, I don't like them. Or you at church. You at church. Somebody walks in the church, you don't like them. So because you don't like them, you want your associates or your fake friends to not to like them too. Because you don't like them, you want to influence somebody else not to like them. Oh, come on now. I know it ain't just me. Where the comments at? I know I ain't the only somebody that didn't seen this happen. Hey, it can't just be me. Ain't no comments. Come on now. Hello, somebody. I know it's no way in the world you gonna make me believe because you fall out with somebody, now you want me to fall out with them. They ain't never done me nothing. They ain't never did nothing to me. But they did something to you, and because you don't like them, you don't want me to like them. How that go? How that work? You the one had a problem with them. I didn't. But because me and you okay, me and you all right, you don't want me to be all right with them because you not all right with them. Who does that? Who does that? That's not reality. That's not real. A real friend is not going for one, a real friend ain't going to do that. Number one. Number two, a real friend is going to look down on that. Because guess what? If you come to me with it, the first thing I'm going to tell you is, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That don't have nothing to do with me. They ain't did nothing to me. Why would I be mad at them for what y'all got going? That ain't got nothing to do with me. Until they do something to me, we cool. I have no issue with them. But because you have an issue, you want me to have an issue. No, man. That's not friendship. That ain't even reality. I don't even know what you call that, but that ain't even reality. You know what I'm saying? We got to get into the point to where, first of all, we identifying what friendship is. We know what it is. Because guess what? I'm 48. If I'm 48 and I don't know what real friendship is, how can I teach? How can I show my children what real friendship is? If I'm surrounding myself by fake people or fake friendship all the time, what do my children see? Now I have to be concerned with who my children are surrounded by. Everybody, listen, number one song of 2022, was it 2022? I want to say 2022, 21, 22, one of them. Everybody Ain't Your Friend. Man, that song stayed number one how long? How long? How long? Rest in peace, Mo3. How long? Man, you can play it now. I can play that song right now at a party and everybody know it word for word. Everybody ain't your friend. But guess what? We know the words, but we ain't acting on it. I'm sorry. We're not standing on it. That's the term these days. I'm standing on it. We're not standing on it. Everything now is fake, man. It's so much fake stuff going on now, it's unreal, man. Nobody has enough nerve to say, well, let me not say nobody, because it's probably some folk, not nobody y'all know, of course not, but it's probably some people who are, able to stand on things. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Friendship creates growth. Right? Real friendship creates growth. We friends, we fall out, okay. We disagree, okay. But we're mature enough to sit down and work through those disagreements. We're mature enough if we're friends. True friends. We ain't talking about imposters. We talking about if we are really friends. We're mature enough to be able to work through those differences. Does that make sense? Right? See, so often now, everything is show. Everything is show now. Everything is show. Everything is show. We got to do this. We got to do that. Everything is a show. A show, a show, a show, a show. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I heard Shannon Sharp ask Cat Williams, was it true if he would give money to other comedians through other people? And his response was, yeah, but I didn't do it for anybody to know. I just did it. And so when I immediately, the first thing I thought about when I heard him say that was, some years ago, I would take my kids downtown. I would give away, clothes, essentials, health stuff, and all that. Couple Christmases ago, I would give away stuff on Christmas. Me and my son would drive around. I would give away stuff, and we would record it. Right? We would record it. I would roll up on random people, give away shoes, and I would record it. And so I haven't done it in a while because the reality is, if genuinely, if you are doing something genuine from the heart, nobody really has to know about that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm really doing what I'm doing, which I was, don't get it twisted. I was doing it genuinely. I didn't need that stuff. I didn't want to take it to a Goodwill because the people who needed it wasn't going to benefit. I was really genuinely doing it for the right reasons. I just didn't realize it didn't have to be televised, if that makes sense. So that was one of the things that kind of stuck out to me when we start talking about how genuine our friendships become or is. You know what I'm saying? Because if I can't tell you when you're wrong, we ain't friends. We ain't friends. If I can't tell you, man, you ain't going nowhere with me like that. Go put another, man. That girl, go take that off and put some. Them lashes ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Blue hair don't work for you. You know what I'm saying? If you can't tell somebody that without them being offended, you really not friends. You know what I'm saying? It's real. Children are a sensitive topic. People don't like you telling them about their kids. For real, people got a real problem when you start saying, "Hey, man, I don't think it's a good idea to let your daughter dress like that. I don't think it's a good idea that your son is smoking weed at 12 years old." People really don't. People have a real serious problem with you trying to tell them how to raise their children. But if you're friends, you ought to be able to do that. If you're friends, you ought to be able to say, "Listen, we've been friends how long? Hey, man, he ain't supposed to be smoking weed at 12, bro. I'm just keeping it 100. You do what you want, but as your friend, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. That ain't it, bro. That's a bad look." You know what I'm saying? And if he gets offended and says, "Nigga, this ain't," you know what I'm saying? Then guess what? You need to reevaluate that friendship. You need to reevaluate that friendship. Show money is no money. Everything doesn't need to be for everybody. You're absolutely right, nephew. You're 100% right. I've learned, man, friendship, listen, man, listen. I emphasize friendship so much. So much. And the reason why, one of the main reasons why I wanted to discuss real friends versus fake friends, because it's important that we know and realize there are some genuine people in the world. You know what I mean? Not without going too far. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just give you a couple instances. I've been extremely blessed in my 48 years. I've been extremely blessed to have ran into some really genuine people. For real, I have. I remember a time where I was at the YMCA, and a lot of people don't even know this. Matter of fact, I don't even think nobody knows this, but the person I'm about to mention. I was at the YMCA, was playing basketball, met some real great guys there. Some of these guys I met are on this pod right now. A few of them on here right now watching. But this particular guy, I'm gonna say his name when I get to my point. I got really close with a bunch of guys, through basketball, right? And so there was one particular guy. Every time he saw me, he would always say, "Spree, man." He made a point to always pull me to the side and talk to me and say, hey man, you got to influence. You know, when there was an argument on the floor, I would always say, hey man, and immediately we stop arguing, we get back to playing, and he would notice all these little things about, you know, about me personally that I really wasn't even paying attention to. And so there was his son got in trouble. And he came to me. He said, Spree, I want you to talk to my son. Because I don't want my son to end up in jail or dead. And he'll listen to you. And I said, well, what make you think he'll listen to me? It's your son. Why do you think he will listen to me versus you? And he said, trust me, he will listen to you. And this guy, even now today, right now today, we still communicate, we still friends. He's invited me to his church several times. He snuck up on me one time. He's given me money. He's given my children toys. Among other things, he's done so much. Jobs, you know, I've been cleaning carpet almost, 15 years or so. He's given me so many carpet cleaning jobs. Just calling up, hey man, you still doing carpet? I got somebody need their carpet cleaned. He's always been one of those guys who periodically checks on me. Even if I don't call and check on him, periodically he says, hey, you okay? How them kids doing? You know, you need anything? And not long ago, I hadn't talked to him in a minute. Not long ago, I texted him and I said, hey, I need a loan. And he never said what it's for. He cashed out me the money. Never said never asked me when I was gonna pay it. Matter of fact, I don't even think I gave it back to him. And this guy, I'm gonna tell you, this guy has been so influential to me not because he's always done stuff for me, but because of his character and the way he's always carried himself around me. It's huge. You know what I'm saying? And his name is Carl Johnson, right? Reverend Carl Johnson, my boy, 50 grand. Love you like a fat kid love cake, man. I promise you I do. Real genuine brother and one of my real true friends. There's another guy. My phone was off, right? I hadn't been to the gym in probably 2 weeks. And I show up to the gym and he runs over to me. He said, hey man, where you been? I said, man, I've been kind of dealing with some stuff. He said, man, I've been trying to call you, man. Wait, what's up? I said, man, my phone is off. You can't get me right now. My phone is off. That brother wrote me a check and said, hey, man, pay your phone bill. His name is Bola. Some of y'all know him, some of y'all don't. But these are just a few instances where people have stood in the gap on my behalf, and I'm ever so grateful for it. I'm so thankful and grateful for these people, you know, that I've known all these many years. And guess what? These guys ain't never called me and said, "Hey man, nothing." You know what I'm saying? But friendship is not only just defined by money. It's defined by concern. It's defined by checking up on somebody. It's defined by being in somebody's corner when they need you, being a listening ear when somebody's going through something and somebody needs somebody to talk to. All those are characteristics of somebody being a real true friend. That ain't just somebody you know and you just rolled up on. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Let something real bad happen to you and you really need somebody. You're going to find out if you really got friends. I promise you. You're going to find out. Let something in your life go wrong. Let you lose somebody near and dear. And you need somebody to listen to you. You need somebody to cry on. You're going to find out who really your friend. You'll find out. You are going to find out. That's when you're going to know the difference between real friends and fake friends. That's when you're going to know. That's when you're going to be able to say, you know what? I knew it. I knew it. That's when you gonna know. When you can honestly say, this person ain't never said nothing behind my back. This person ain't never really. This person ain't never backstabbed me. This person ain't never went and said X, Y, Z, and it then got back to me. This person ain't never repeated nothing that I've told them about me or my personal life. That's when you gonna know you got a real friend. Until that stuff happens, you ain't really gonna know. You ain't really gonna know. Because guess what? Everything God got, the devil got a twin. People camouflage very well. People camouflage very well. You just because somebody tell you they're your friend, that don't make them your friend. That don't mean you friends. Not at all. Sometimes people can see more in you than you see in you. You ever thought about that? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It is a real fact. You know what I mean? So I had to put that on somebody's mind. It was big on my mind, and I had to make sure that we understood true friendship is something you just cannot buy. You can't buy that with money. You know what I'm saying? You can't. No matter how much money you got, you can't buy true friendship. You can have money and gain a lot of people that want to be in your company. Yeah, sure. You can get you some money, you're going to have a whole lot of people around you. That don't make them your friends. Just saying. Somebody wanted to come on my show, man, and talk about some stuff, and I told her that she was more than welcome to do that. I don't know if she's on. She was watching. I don't know if she's still watching. Just comment and let me know you're still watching before I put you on. And so she wanted to talk about why people don't give divorces. That's what she wanted to talk about. Why people don't give divorces. And so of course I told her, absolutely, that's something that we can get into. We can touch on. I'm anxious to hear her side of it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of people who probably are going through it or have been through the same thing. And so, matter of fact, let me see if she is on here. Right quick, so I can get her on right quick. And listen, anybody who wants to be on the show can be on the show. Like, for real. Anybody who wants to be a part of the podcast can be a part of the podcast. I welcome all of. Matter of fact, if you are on the show, send me a. Let me see if she's still if she's on here real quick, so I can have her send an invite to join. But listen, I watch different podcasts of people saying different things and this and that, and that's cool. It's nothing wrong with that. But I think the reality that we live. See, hold on. Are you? But anybody who wants to be a part of the show, all you gotta do is let me know, man, and we'll get you on the show. Just get back to the thing, right quick, and then we'll go from there. But yeah. So anybody got any questions, any feedback? Man, listen, I'm just excited about what 2024 can bring as a whole. I think, when everybody has a not everybody, but a lot of people have podcasts, a lot of people have shows. I watch quite a few of them myself, but I think the difference between watching a podcast or a show with celebrities is we don't know them. And so when you can watch a show or a podcast with somebody that you personally know, it's kind of different because you have an opportunity uh, to be a part of that show. You have an opportunity to engage in the dialogue, in the topic of discussions, and so on and so forth. So you listen. I think it's incredible that we are able now to create platforms for everybody, not just people who we think may be popular people, but for everybody, for whoever may want to be a part of the show, whoever may want to have something that they going through, they want to discuss. I think it's big to be able to have that kind of platform um, to discuss. You know, to be able to discuss on. You know what I mean? Like it's so much stuff that I have written down that I wanted to get into, but I ain't got into it because I keep getting topics. People keep sending me, "Hey man, talk about this. Hey man, I think the next show should be this. Why don't you talk about this?" So all the stuff I wrote down, I ain't even got yet. I ain't even got a chance to get to yet because it's so much different content y'all want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And so, which is cool. It's cool with me. I mean, I'm all right with it. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it's weird because sitting where I'm sitting and being able to do what I do and talk and interact how I'm able to interact is nice. It's cool, man. It's cool. You know what I mean? I like it. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like um the freedom that I'm able to enjoy from um just being able to express myself how I want to express myself. You know what I mean? And look, I ain't perfect. I ain't about to sit here and pretend to y'all that I'm perfect. I ain't perfect by far. Nowhere near it. You know what I mean? That's we'll get into that some shows down the line. You know what I'm saying? But uh man, I'm just thankful, man, that people actually um want to hear me, want to see my face, want to know how I process my thoughts or what I'm thinking. Um, it's just I have people all the time who tell me how talented I can be, or how gifted I am, and it's not that it took me this long to start listening. I've always been listening. I think it just it just started resonating um, maybe within the last month or so that um, I need to do something about it. You know what I mean? Like I've been all my life I've been hearing my family and people say, "Man, you gonna preach," and I'm like, If I am, it's gonna be in the streets. My mama, I used to tell my mama all the time. I said, "Man, I ain't doing none of that unless it's in the streets." You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I wasn't good enough to do that. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? I didn't feel comfortable with, though some do, I didn't feel comfortable with standing up in a pulpit, you know what I mean, or in the church, and I'm still gambling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am like, man, I ain't feel comfortable with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I want to do that, right? I don't want to stand up in front of people and I'm still doing all this other stuff I probably shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I want to do that. But having the freedom now to reach people that I generally probably would never be able to reach this way is incredible. You know what I mean? Like, people say, well, you still do this, you still do that. Yeah, maybe. You know what I mean? But there's certain stuff I'm just not gonna do. My grandma raised me. And so the one thing they used to always stick, it's different now, obviously. But when my grandma was raising me, I had to wear a tie to church. You know, I had to look nice when I went to church. I couldn't wear blue jeans and all that. My grandma didn't play that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she expected certain things to happen because she was that person that was like, we ain't doing that. And I would, not that I was afraid of her, but I respected her so much so to where I ain't even entertain that. I'm like, shoot, I'm eyeing my pants, I'm putting the tie on. Even after I moved out the house, I didn't go to church with blue jeans on. Man, no way. She wasn't seeing me walk up in there like that. No, Lord, I ain't want that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of the same thing now as an adult. You know, she been gone for many years, but as an adult, in my mind, I'm still like, man, I'm not standing up in front of all these people saying that, knowing I'm still doing this. I ain't doing that. Mm-mm. No, Lord, I don't want them problems. You know what I'm saying? And though some may do it, some may not have an issue with it. That's cool for them. But I don't want no parts of it. You know what I mean? I'm still working on me. I still got some stuff I got to deal with. You know, he's still working on before I get. Man, I don't even want to even try to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that smoke, right? Because the reality is, people will judge you regardless. True story. People will judge you regardless, man. And so you got to get to a point. You know, this podcast, I started realizing that I'm gonna say some stuff people not gonna like. I'm probably gonna have some topics people not gonna agree with. I'm probably gonna make some people uncomfortable. Um, you know, I mean, I'm probably not gonna please everybody. I've already accepted all them things. I've already came into the reality that that's gonna be the facts. But I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. Nobody in this life, you know, that we live, you know, this life. Nobody in this life is um, in a position to judge anybody outside of God Himself, right? Um, you know, so many things. You know, in a part, I like the fact that I can now, Trent, man, I appreciate you for giving me that advice, because that's some of the best advice I got. Because I would have never did that had you not given me that advice. Being able to interact with you guys, when you comment and different things like that is huge. I never would have been able to do that, because I never look down. When I'm in the zone and I'm talking, I'm never doing this. That's not something that I'm equipped to doing. Even when I was a kid, you know, that I couldn't read speeches with the paper. My auntie didn't play that. No, I had to memorize that. You know what I'm saying? Easter speeches, Christmas speeches. Man, them people didn't play that. You going up there holding a paper saying, "So Jesus said what?" Oh no, negative, Ghost Rider. I had to have that stuff up here. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm programmed to, when I'm communicating, is to make contact. It's not to do this. But that's why you see I have the phone, so I don't have to, try to do it elsewhere. I can just have the phone in my hand and comment and text stuff in like this on the phone, and we can interact that way. Um, and so I appreciate that input, and any other input that anybody thinks that will work. I'm open to it. Um, One of the things I want to point out is, anybody ever heard the saying, "If you take one step, I'll take two"? Anybody ever heard that before? Like, you ever heard somebody say, "If you take a step, he'll take two"? Something like that. I don't know if that's exactly how it goes, but something to that effect, right? So since I've been doing Spree Speaks, right? Um, I've had many people, and I say many, I ain't exaggerating. I've had many people reach out to me for many different reasons. I've had so many people reach out to me, um, congratulating me, encouraging me, um, telling me how much I've impacted them, influenced them. But I've never had anybody reach out to me and say, I want to help you until the other day. So I ain't gonna say no names because she probably, she kind of, I ain't gonna do that. But somebody reached out to me, and I gotta say it because if I don't say it, I'm gonna feel bad. But somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I see the potential. I like what you're doing. You're gonna be great. I think you're gonna be phenomenal. This is something that um, I can help you take to the next level. And immediately she started saying, I can help you with this, with this, with this, with this, with this, with this. I mean, it was a lot of stuff. And I said, wow. And then before I could reply, she chimed back. She sent me another message that said, no charge. And I was completely speechless for about 5 minutes. And then I said to myself, before I replied, I said, hey man, what? And so I replied and told this person, I said, hey, I need you, you need to be my manager. For real. And jokingly, this person said, ah man, yeah, it's cool, I'll help you. I'll be your manager. I'm like, no. I'm serious. I need you. For sure. I need you. She's like, need? I'm like, absolute. I need you. And she was like, I'm serious, no charge. I'm like, man, look, I need you in the mix. Because here's the deal. Here's the deal. I don't know what's gonna happen down the road. Right? I don't know how my podcast gonna take off or what direction it's gonna go in. I don't know none of that. But the fact that somebody sees the potential in what it can become further lets me know that I need this person. Right? One thing I learned in business and in sales, stick to what you're good at. If you're not good at something, find somebody else who is and let them do it. Does that make sense? Like I'm not good at behind the scenes. So I need somebody who's good at behind the scenes. Y'all give me 1 second. Don't go nowhere. I'm online. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. So because I'm not good behind the scenes, I need somebody that's behind the scenes. Because that person can take me to the level that I need to be at. I can't do that. I'm not savvy with a lot of this social media networking and I'm not really savvy with all that. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. I do this. So if I can focus solely on just doing this, come on, you sit down, sit over here. If I can focus solely on doing this and let somebody else handle all the other stuff, I think I'll be great. So I'm thankful. I'm appreciative to her for it, and it means everything to me that she sees the potential in me to be able to push me to the next level. That's phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So I got somebody just walked in. They're gonna be, listen, you're gonna want to hear this. I'm telling you now, it's somebody that's one of my family members came in, wanted to stop by and share something with you on the pod. I told him, by all means, no questions asked. You got the floor. Um, and before I introduce you to him, before I let you see the product and this and that, let me just say this: platforms are necessary for everybody, right? Um, we all saw the Cat Williams interview. Everybody saw it. It's everywhere. It's viral. One of the things that he kept saying was, Tyler Perry didn't put nobody on. This person ain't putting nobody on. Right? He kept saying gatekeepers. He kept reiterating the gatekeepers, and I don't want to get off into all that because that's for another day. But if I have an opportunity to use my platform for anybody to advertise, to discuss, to better themselves, whatever it's for, whatever, I'm all for it. I ain't against it in no kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? And so, having said that, my cousin has a product. He's had a product that he invented himself. He invented this thing. He came up with the idea. He put it all together. And so I thought it was a great product. I think it's a great product. But I'm going to let him tell you about the product, tell you what the product is, show it to you, and then you guys can go from there. Make sure that you guys, if you have not already subscribe to the channel. This will be uploaded to the channel later, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like buttons. It ain't all about the money for me. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't. It ain't never been all about the money for me. I really want to genuinely reach as many people as I can reach. I do. I want to reach 1 million. I want to do it. Not just so I can get the money. The money's the bonus. I want to reach 1 million because I really feel like I got a lot of stuff for people to hear. On my mama, I really do. I feel like I got a lot of content that I hate to say, use the term regular people, but I got a lot of content us regular people can use. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Cat Williams. I ain't gonna try to be him. I love him, but I ain't him. You know what I'm saying? We in different tax brackets by far, and we're two different people. You know what I'm saying? So who he's able to reach is phenomenal because he's done the work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do the work and hopefully in turn be able to reach just as many people as he's able to reach. So without all the other hoorah, come on, cuz, sit right here. I'm gonna have him come sit in this chair. Look into this main camera right here. And first off, tell the people who you are.
Hello, my name is Gerald Bowers. I'm call yourself.
What? This is my cousin. What you
my
call
cousin.
yourself?
I know, man.
You don't come on my show and say what you call yourself.
No, I don't
Man,
know what
cut
you
it
told them people. You might that's free or something. Huh?
This is my cousin
Yeah.
Gerald, right? So before we get into that, before he get into this, let me give you a little quick preview, right? So this is my first cousin, right? Let me put this down. This my mama's sister's son. So this is my first cousin. This ain't like, you know how we get out our cousin. No, this is my blood cousin. This is like we real cousins, right? Now, y'all heard me talk so much about my grandma, this precious little jewel right here, right? My little precious jewel right here. Keep her everywhere I go. Now, I wasn't the first somebody my grandma raised, right? This dude that's sitting here next to me was the first one that my grandma took care of. Ain't that something? Ain't that a coincidence, right? So, yeah, the first one. So this dude graduated high school, left home and went
to the army.
To the army. Shout out to the army, right? And stayed in the army how long?
20.
20 years. 20 years in the army, man. Did his bid, right? Got home. able to adapt in society. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Stuff happens to everybody. You know, ain't always been perfect since he been home, right?
Right.
He done had some
Better
ups and
believe.
downs. Yeah, we done had some ups and downs. He done had some ups and downs. Been through some health stuff that happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Personal stuff. We ain't getting into that. But the reality is, I'm saying all that to say, through all the adversity, and I know y'all don't know, but I know through everything he done been through, yet and still, he's sitting next
Still
to me.
rise.
He's sitting next to me, coming up with inventions and trying to create avenues and pathways to get this money. Now, go ahead, show him the product. If you can go, you got it. You got it. Do your thing.
My product is it's called Bowers Pest Control Barrier. The objective is go ahead, man. Cause I can't hardly see it because I'm.
So the name of the product is, you got them glasses on, you can't see it. The name of the product is Bowers Pest Control Barrier. Now, let me just let you know, Bowers is our namesake. That's who we are. That's our family name, Bowers, right? Say it with your chest, Bowers. So this is let me turn this around for you, right? This is our family name, Bowers Pest Control Barrier. Now, what's this?
This is the prototype.
This is the
The
prototype.
This is sheet metal with drill holes in
But
it.
you gotta hold that up because they can't see the bottom.
The
So
sheet metal.
so this is the sheet metal. So basically, if I'm understanding this right,
You got
this goes
pre-drill
yeah.
holes.
This goes around the house,
Correct.
right? So this part goes completely around the house as a barrier to keep out pests, rodents, rats, and snakes, and all that different type of stuff, right?
Right.
Okay. So they pre-drill. You say pre-drill?
Pre-drill holes.
They pre-drill holes to put the barriers around the whole house. Now you take it from there. Very creative too, I got to tell you.
The objective is the means to prevent rats, mice, and other pests from entering homes and businesses. The practical product could provide peace of mind to homeowners, business owners, as well as contractors.
Right. Now let me read this part,
Yeah.
because I'm looking at this. Hold this. I'm looking at this. This says my inspiration for the invention. This is what inspired him to make this invention. It says, I wanted to create a device to prevent damaging and dangerous mice and rats from entering the home or business. So I invented this. My design would offer an innovative alternative to traditional pest control products. What are the benefits? It provides an innovative means to prevent pests such as mice, rats from entering a home or business. It also helps to prevent unwanted damage and mess caused by the rodents. Furthermore, it prevents added protection and peace of mind. Very easy to install, is an effective design, and ideal for homeowners, business owners, and contractors. Now, before I get to the features, let me just say this. The fact that you put all this together, like this, professionally, says a whole lot. Because I wasn't even expecting to see this. This is dope. So now it says, what other features? Wood consists of a rectangular section of sheet metal that would measure 8 feet long by 1 feet wide. Incorporated throughout the design of this product would be pre-drill holes for quick and easy placement employing nails. The holes could be positioned 16 inches apart for secured to wall studs. Then it says, this innovative product will simply be secured behind the sheetrock. Each section would be positioned horizontally, one place. It will create a sheet metal barrier that will prevent mice, rats, and other pests from entering the home or business. Patent application is in process. Marketing outlets: home centers, hardware stores, discount department stores, wholesales, and hardware items. Yeah, you hear that? Patent. Patent mean that's mine. I own it.
Right.
That's mine. I created it. It's my idea. I own it. Now, because I got you on the show, let me just ask you a few things. Because you here. So you ain't no sense that you here. So we might as well get into it, right? So explain to me what prompted you to want to do it. What gave you the idea?
In the neighborhood I was living in, they was building homes, and I just was riding around one day, and I looked at stuff that I was like, man, they don't have this on this home, and when they got brand new homes, and I say, and I know you can sell it to brand new homes, you can sell it to people that got old homes, people that rehab homes, it can be sold to those guys also. So that's the reason why that's what prompted me to doing that. Getting that done. Invented.
Mm-hmm. So when you thought about it, when you processed it and said, hey, this might actually work.
Yeah.
What were the steps that you after you processed it, what steps did you take?
Went straight to Invent Help. Went to Invent Help.
That's a website.
Huh?
It's a website. Invent Help?
Invent Help is a place where they help you with the. I mean, I actually invented it, but they do all the other process and stuff. They won't print this thing out here. They did all this right here for me.
Oh, okay. So now, is there a fee for that?
Yeah, you gotta pay. You gotta pay something when you ain't nothing free.
Okay. So no, I'm asking if there's a fee. So you invested in it is what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. You invested your own money into it. That's all I'm getting at. Yeah. That's all I'm getting at. You
gotta pay for something, man. Ain't nothing free.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting at. So now, let's circle back because I got you. I said a lot of stuff on the show today, and so as a person who knows me very well, right? We can say you know me pretty good. Why did you come to me with the idea? Why did you come to me with it?
Well, I knew that you had your own podcast.
No, before the podcast, because this ain't the first time we talked about it. We talked about this before. So tell the viewers why you brought the idea to me. Why you came to me.
Why did I come to you? They just showed it to you.
Yeah, but why did you bring it to me? Why did you bring the idea to me?
It's a person that I trust. You know, I didn't take it to anybody. It's somebody I can trust. You know, some people can't trust.
That makes sense. So now let me ask you this. What do you think about the show?
I think it's a pretty good show.
You think so? How do you think I do on the show?
Man, I already knew that you gonna. I'm the one who gave you this and told you about this, and I say, man,
that's true.
You is destined for this kind of work.
Why?
You're a great speaker. You're a great speaker. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're a great speaker, and I see everybody else doing it. I say my cousin can do the same thing. He don't have no fear of getting in front of cameras or nothing. So I know he can do the same thing. So I just told him one day, I say, man, you can do the same thing right there. Like everybody else doing the same stuff, you can do the same thing.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. We had the conversation.
Yeah.
We did. We had the conversation. We did. The reason why I'm asking, there's a reason why I'm asking these questions. I ain't just randomly just shooting the questions at you. I'm asking you for a set of reference. Talent. I just said before you came, we should stick to what we're good at.
Exactly.
And so when you created the patent, you knew you didn't have the knowledge of how to do it. So you went to the people.
Yeah. You got to. You have to go to
somebody else. So with the podcast, the reason why I asked you about how you thought, how you think, or how you thought the podcast was going, because you've seen it, you watch it, and you said, and I knew you was gonna kill it, right?
I already knew it.
But you're saying that because you looking at everything that I've done from a child to now.
Exactly.
You're looking at everything that I've been able to do from selling everything besides drugs under the sun.
You was a salesman. You was a salesman.
Well, I
you
mean,
can sell somebody anything. Don't tell me
you
can't.
think so?
Yeah, you can
Anything?
Sell anything. You can
So
sell.
it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing that you can't sell.
You really believe
I
that?
believe that.
Wow.
Cause you're a person that gonna push it. You can be a car salesman. You can be a snake oil salesman.
You think so?
Yeah,
Wow.
for real.
See,
You know how to
see,
sell.
I told my viewers. Sometimes people can see more in you than what you see.
Exactly.
And so
that's true.
It you know, I told them for years, y'all been saying, man, you gonna be a preacher. You gonna be since I've been 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. And I made a point to say that's not something that I thought was a reality because this is the thing. Obviously, preacher's not perfect. We can agree on that.
Oh yeah.
However, you know Mama wasn't playing that. So it's no way you gonna be able to stand up in no church and do all that and I'm gambling.
Yeah.
Right? Like she ain't going, you know what I'm saying? She ain't going for that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be able to stand up in front of the church and be like, hey, shoo boop boop. And then as soon as I leave, I'm at the club. No, like I don't, even though I'm not judging. Don't get it twisted. I'm not judging nobody, and everybody gotta do what they gotta do. You know, they had clubs back in and before BC, I'm sure they had clubs. They just wasn't called clubs.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I just don't. I mean, I don't know if it's because I was in the house with her and she did stuff a certain way, or it just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like my conscience ain't gonna let me walk right out the church and then as soon as I leave the church walk into the strip club. Like I can't, my conscience don't let me do it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, just me. But I don't feel comfortable with trying to tell people how to live and I ain't right. If that makes sense. You know,
I'm not gonna tell nobody how to live because and they're gonna have to live on their own anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
I won't
you know
do
what
it.
I'm saying? But you know, I just think the podcast gives me the ability to be exactly who I am.
I already know it.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get to freedom to just be myself. You know what I mean? I think it's nothing more free than being able to just be yourself.
See, I already knew you had a mouthpiece on you already. So I know you was going.
That ain't always good though.
Huh?
That ain't always good though.
No, if you got a positive mind, a mouthpiece,
Yeah, but you said that ain't what you said. You said I always.
I didn't say that you didn't. I didn't say it was negative. I just said it was a mouthpiece.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have always said that.
I never said it was negative.
You have always said that. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this: how can you tell a genuine friendship from a fake friendship? How can you tell the difference?
It's me. I'm the type of person that gonna sit and listen to people, and I can see what's coming, what's going in my ear, and I'm like, hey, this is not the type of person I want to hang around. So that's how I look at it. Now everybody look at it different, you know. Everybody gonna look at it different. You be like, man, this person ain't positive. I ain't finna hang around this person. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I hear you. I'm processing it. Yeah. I just think
you gotta learn how to root out that kind of stuff. People that if it ain't positive, I ain't hanging around. I don't care who it is. It could be my mom.
Well, guess what? Guess what? You know.
I'm telling you, man.
But you know why? You know why you able to say that now?
No, I just said
you done lived. How old are you?
59. That's what
you done lived. So
yeah.
That's why you can say, man, I ain't with that. You done lived. But for somebody who let's take Jay for example, your son.
Uh-huh.
Jay may not see that right now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because Jay ain't lived to be 59. So what
Jay haven't seen everything that I have seen in my lifetime.
my point exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
My
So,
point
yeah.
exactly. So it's hard to say stay away from this or stay away from that if he ain't experienced that yet.
Well, see,
We can tell him that.
When I was staying with Mama, you could be sitting on a curb somewhere, and all these guys are doing their little thing, drinking it.
Right.
I might sit on the curb with them, but I know I knew.
You know Mama wasn't playing that.
No, that was me.
Yeah,
that's
but
me.
you knew she wasn't playing
I
that
wasn't
too.
gonna do it no way because that's not me. I'm not that type of person.
Right.
Never been that type of person. So if they gonna do they smoking they whatever, drinking they whatever, I'm not. It's not me. I might speak to them or whatever, but
Right.
just that's why a lot of people you came back from the army, you come back and you see all these guys they standing still at the same store begging for 50 cents.
Right.
Come on, man. What are you doing with your life?
So now that you mentioned you went to the army, got out, see the same guys doing the same thing. Do you regret going to the army?
No, I don't make no regrets at all.
So for all the people who watching now, tell me one reason why you would say to whoever's thinking about it, their parents and probably told them the military is great. Give me one reason why you would encourage somebody to go to the military, to the army.
I would give you some discipline in your life. You need a lot of discipline in your life. A lot of people don't have discipline. Today, they don't have discipline at all. They just
I agree with that.
They need that in their life. Some people, if you don't have a father figure, you don't have this, you don't have that. You need some kind of discipline, and that army going to give you some discipline. Trust me.
I believe that.
It is.
I believe that. I never was. I don't knock the military, but I never was a fan. My daddy tried to get me to go. I was like, man,
it's not for everybody. I ain't gonna
that.
say it's for everybody, but you got to have that. He's gonna give you some discipline.
Yeah, I really believe that there are benefits to going to the military.
Oh yeah.
I believe that with everything in me.
Everybody don't have to be in there for 20 years or nothing. They just go in there and get some discipline. Because it's not for everybody.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna ask you one last question. If you had $1 million, what would you do with it?
I would build me some homes on some land and have like a Bowers, what they call that thing, like not a plantation, but
a ranch?
Like a ranch, but it'd be for the family. It's for the family.
So you would, if you had $1 million, you would take that $1 million and buy some land and purchase a ranch for the whole family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just got through talking to Tanky. I told him get him just buy. Somebody ain't got no his license or something and stuff. I said, man, come on, man, y'all got to get y'all stuff together, man. What is this thing? Oh, so you got to get the stuff.
See, the reason why I asked you that is everybody wants money, but nobody knows what to do.
Nothing to do with it, exactly. Yeah. Trust me, I know what to do with mine. You better believe it.
I hear so many people, myself included, saying I need to increase my finances or I need money. But the reality is,
like you said, you gotta know how to do with it. You gotta know what to do with it.
Do we really know what we would do with $1 million if we got it?
See, financial literacy is we need that in the community.
Because watch this.
Really bad.
Watch this. $1 million ain't what you think.
No, it ain't what you think, but you gotta see. Even if I put 500,000 in and kept 500 for myself, and then I would flip that 500 or something. You gotta flip the money. Don't just see people make money and they just spend it. You spend it on nothing.
See, you know.
You got to flip it.
This is the thing that stands out to me more than anything we talk, talking about what I would do with the money. Because I've been in sales forever, because I've been a hustler forever.
Look here though.
My brain is programmed to take this $1 million and make it $2 million.
That's what you gotta do. That's what I'm talking about.
Before I purchase the land, before I buy a car or a house, my mind, not saying I'm going to do it, but my mind, being that all the stuff I've done in my lifetime, my mind is programmed to say, how far is this $1 million going to take me? Not very far. So what I need to do is, I need to find a way to make this $1 million $5 million.
Well, you're a hustler.
Right. But that's because I'm conditioned automatically to try to reproduce.
Yeah, you got to.
This money. And so I think a lot of times when people run into money, whether they hit the lottery or somebody died, they get the insurance money, they're not prepared or equipped to know what to do with it. I buy a car or I go grab a house or get a kid something. They're not in their mind. It's not like I need to take this $25,000 and probably buy an insurance plan. You know what I mean? And then take the money out of that, and then we not conditioned like that.
That's why we don't have no generational wealth. It's because people think like that. We gotta have generational wealth, or else we ain't gonna last long.
You know what's sad? You can leave here right now. Well, not now because we in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
But if you drive, let's say the Galleria Mall, you drive down Westheimer, and you can see a teenage white boy driving. 9 times out of 10, he in a new car.
Parents bought that.
He in a new car.
Parents.
Our kids driving the cars we used to drive. But that's because they've been set up.
They got inheritances and all that.
Not just that. They've been set up financially.
Yeah, that's it too.
Through insurance, through stocks, bonds, annuity, all this type. They've been set up already.
Because we got people that walk around here, they don't put no life insurance on the kids. Everybody gonna die. Everybody gonna die.
So as I've lived and
so
breathed.
you must doggone put insurance on your kids, your mama, anybody. It just got to have insurance, and it ain't no, because everybody's got to leave this world. Everybody.
Sure.
And ain't no such thing as you're going to stay here forever.
How well do we know?
I'm just saying, there ain't no such thing as going to stay here forever.
How well
you got to prepare yourself for that.
How well do we know? You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But yeah, I just, what's up, Nikhil? Look at that, cuz on the line. Misha on the line. Look at that shit. Look at that. What's up, man? Henry. Yeah, man, listen. Everybody who tunes into the Spree Speaks, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go to it and subscribe. Always know if you got anything you want to chop it up about with me, you welcome to do it. You ain't got to pull up on me. I can put you on screen. I have an app where I can split the screens. I can make it work if we need to make it work. But I'm always forever grateful and thankful to everybody who logs in, who looks at the lives, who goes to the YouTube and looks at the channels. That just tells me that you care. You know what I'm saying? You are concerned about the level of my success and how far I can go. And that means everything to me. It's great to have people in your corner, man. It's great. It's great to have people who believe in you. That says a lot about a person when you got people that's saying you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, don't quit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. That's big because so many people are negative nowadays. So many people are down, haters nowadays that don't want to see you do well. So I'm incredibly humbled to have the type of people around me that I have, and I'm excited about where we going with it. I'm excited. And again, just know anybody anybody can get on the show. Anybody can get on the show. I ain't got ain't no limitations on what I can talk about, who I can talk about. I'm open. I'm open. You know what I'm saying? My platform is wide open and free. So ain't nothing off limits. You know what I'm saying? Not even for me. If somebody feel like they want to come on the show and Q&A me, I'm open for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm at a point, you know, we talked about this not long ago. I'm at a point in my life where it is what it is right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, it is what it is right now. So, I'm going to try to give it to you just like God gave it to Moses, man, raw and uncut. Best I could do. You know what I'm saying? So, if I hurt your feelings, I'm apologizing to you in advance. If you don't like something I say, I'm apologizing to you in advance. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with my viewpoints, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? But just know, I'm going to give it to you how I give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate it. Make sure y'all check out. So you going to have this somewhere where they're going to be able to see it? Or, I mean, the thing, the product. So, eventually the product... Yeah, so...
I'm looking for an investor.
Okay,
looking for somebody that can actually invest in the invention.
Right. Now, let me just say this. Obviously, we know y'all living in nice areas. You ain't got rats and roaches. And I mean, we just got to call it what it is.
Oh,
you know? Some of y'all living with, how they say, pissing in hot cotton. So, you don't need no barrier around your house because you ain't worried about rats and roaches and all that. And that's okay. None of y'all.
Termites.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, termites. Not none of y'all. But if you happen to know anybody who's dealing with these kind of issues or may have these kind of problems, by all means, let them know there's a product coming that will help them with that issue. There's a product on the way that's going to solve all them kind of problems. So we appreciate y'all tuning in to the broadcast, man. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and look, I know I say this on every show, share the videos, man. Share the videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to it, share it, even if you just sharing it on your page. That's enough for me, because your friends ain't my friends. If you take it and share it on your page, all your friends gonna see it. Have your friends share it, all their friends gonna see it. How you think Cat Williams Club Shay Shay reached 100,000, viewers? People sharing it, man. People sharing it. It's all over Facebook. I appreciate y'all if y'all do the same. Just share it on your page, and if somebody likes something that's said, you ain't gotta tell them to share it. They'll probably share it if they want to. If they like it enough, they'll do it. If not, that's fine. But again, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. I'm always appreciative. And until next time of The Spree Speaks, we out.